Ali Abulaban was a rising TikTok star, husband, and father. Now, he is rotting in jail. In October 2021, he did something so heinous, it can hardly be described here. Did you kill her? Do I have to say? Do I have to say?
Did you kill her?
Back in 2021, Ali Abulaban had almost 1 million followers on TikTok. Some of his videos got 10 to 20 million views. His now deleted TikTok account, JinKid, was featured on several other accounts. He lived in San Diego, California, with his wife Anna and their 5-year-old daughter. Anna would also appear in Ali's videos, and they seemed like the perfect young family, rich, beautiful, and dedicated to each other. But you know how social media can easily paint a fake picture? Social media is famously used to portray yourself as prettier, happier, and more successful. Rarely do people do it the other way around. Around mid-October 2021, Ali's wife Anna told him she wanted him out of the house. Their marriage had reached a point of no return, and she had made up her mind. She would have been better off being a single mom and having peace of mind than constant fights in front of their 5-year-old daughter. Anna would file for a divorce that week. Heartbroken and infuriated, Ali left his house. But that day, he got an idea. He installed a monitoring app on his 5-year-old daughter's iPad. So, from wherever he was, he could listen in to whatever was happening inside the family house. Yeah, I was listening on the house with the iPad via my phone.
Yeah, I was listening on the house with the iPad through my phone.
On October 21st, Ali was at a hotel when his monitoring app buzzed. His daughter was at school, so it wouldn't have been her. The iPad was picking out a conversation between 2 adults, but it wasn't happening in his daughter's room, so it was hard to hear exactly what they were talking about. Ali could make out his estranged wife's voice, but the other voice sounded like a man's, and he did not recognize it. When you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to, I didn't recognize it. I didn't know who it was. But what were you thinking? I was freaking out.
Oh my God, I caught her, oh my God, there's a man.
Ali was enraged. He felt like that man was the reason Anna was breaking up with him. What he did not realize, however, was that he'd been abusing Anna in every imaginable way for years. Anna meeting a new man was a result of those years, not the cause of the divorce. But Ali was one of those toxic partners who refused to see his fault in his own disgusting behavior. As soon as Ali heard another man's voice on his app, he lost all reason. He punched the wall and slammed the door as he got into his car to do the worst. While he was driving to the house he no longer lived in, he continued to listen in on his phone. And then, guess what? Fucking nightmare. R&B music. Right then, Ali became convinced that his wife and her new friend were doing you know what? So he began shouting to himself, fuck, inaudible.
I'm like, don't do it, I'm screaming.
Ali reached his wife's apartment at the Spire San Diego complex within minutes. There, he parked his car, barged in, and pulled out his firearm. He left 2 people dead, 28-year-old Anna Abulaban and 29-year-old Rayburn Cardenas Barron. When authorities came to the apartment after gunshots were reported, they discovered the 2 on the couch, leaning on each other. They were both pronounced dead at the scene. It was the stuff of nightmares. What's worse, authorities quickly learned that Anna and Ali had a 5-year-old daughter. She was not at the apartment, and the officers feared the worst. A huge manhunt ensued, and by the end of the day, Ali was caught. He was stopped by a patrol corps while he was driving on the interchange of the 805 and 15 freeways. His daughter was in the backseat. Ali was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and put in jail without bond. Meanwhile, the detectives would have to inform the victims' families of the unspeakable tragedy and try to uncover the full story behind it. When Anna left Ali and told him to get out of their house, Ali was devastated. But to his friends, he did not show this side. He continued to paint himself as the perfectly confident, successful TikTok star. He would tell his male buddies he was obsessed with himself and his growing follower base on TikTok. One time, he was out dining with his friends when he pulled out a big bag of white powder and put it on the table. Pulls out like a full bag of cocaine, not like a little bag, a big bag, and we're like, what the hell? You know, "Are you trying to get us all in trouble?" He goes, "I'm Jin Kid. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can touch me." He felt like he was Dumbledore or any generic all-powerful wizard. He was forgetting that he was still a human being and he had to adhere to the same rules and laws as everyone else. Anna's friends and loved ones said they'd been worried about Ali for quite some time. There were even some live streams of him abusing her. He would call her names, mock her, and threaten her citizenship status.
"I'll bring you to San Diego for what? So you can run to your friends? Fucking bitch. You're not even an American citizen. I brought you to this country. Name one man that would do that for you, bitch."
To Ali, this was acceptable because he was a star. If Anna wanted to be married to a star, she had to stay quiet and take it all. But behind the camera, it was even worse. Anna's family said there had been several instances of horrific DV before Anna decided she needed to get away. Sometimes, her poor daughter was witness to this. For a child, this is traumatic beyond words. For centuries, people have been staying in toxic relationships for the kids. But today, psychologists agree that it's better to be raised by a single parent than subjected to witnessing horrible, violent fights. Anna knew that if she wanted her daughter to be happy, she had to get rid of Ali from their lives. The detectives also looked at Ali's entire TikTok history. For sure, there would be enough videos there showing his true character. And, although he hid his worst impulses quite well, there were some really disturbing videos on his account. For starters, Ali sometimes made funny videos portraying himself as a sort of mock-jealous boyfriend. For his followers, it may have been funny. But knowing his story now, this is very chilling. In one video, Anna is chatting to a male friend at a supermarket when she decides to FaceTime Ali and introduce him to her friend. Ali is initially friendly with his wife, but when her friend picks up the phone, he becomes violent and threatening. He pulls out a firearm and tells the male friend, "If you touch my wife, I'm gonna effing kill you." People tend to take TikTok skits for what they are. Skits. That means they don't believe they are actual renditions of the TikToker's character. Sadly, in Ali's case, it was very real. Ali started his TikTok with Skyrim parodies, mimicking the funny-looking and funny-moving NPCs. Then he began impersonating characters like Scarface and John Wick. Slowly but surely, Ali painted himself as all the big male baddies of Hollywood. Gangsters, hitmen, famous rappers, and, well, powerful men with a penchant for violence. Again, there are thousands of TikTokers who do this and are not like their characters. But when the detectives looked at Ali's TikTok, they could see his kind of role models, the people he wanted to be seen as. Once he was famous, Ali started posting TikToks from his family life. Him, Anna, and their little daughter on vacation, at high-end restaurants, or at home. But by the time Anna started appearing in Jin Kid's videos, their relationship was already falling apart. According to Anna and Ali's friends, Ali was a much calmer, sweeter, more relationship-committed person when the two met. As he became a star, Ali began to embody his worst role models. Scarface is a violent, white powder-obsessed criminal who is famous for the "say hello to my little friend" line.
Say hello to my little friend!
That's his firearm, by the way. Ali became, in all respects, a Scarface wannabe, and he treated his wife as such, sometimes in front of 1 million followers. Anna's cousin said, "He's a bad guy. There's nothing good about him. He's selfish." Now, we have to clarify something. Some people think social media made Ali a monster. No, social media doesn't make anyone a monster. You have to have monster impulses for something to trigger them. Ali had always had jealous, manipulative tendencies and a penchant for mistreating women. He spoke of having models and celebrities as if they would be his possession. At the same time, he expected his wife, even after she filed for divorce and kicked him out of the house, to be his. To see no one else, to never move on. There was video evidence showing Ali storming into the apartment complex with a firearm in his hand, and there were several testimonies about him. His threats to his wife and his history of DV Ali's mother had come into the station and confirmed her son had confessed to everything. And yet, Ali pleaded not guilty. From custody, He started saying that he visited his former home to pick up his daughter when he saw Anna and Rayburn lifeless on the couch. But his daughter wasn't there, so he drove to her school, picked her up, and was taking her to stay with her uncle when he was arrested. But while he was awaiting trial with no bond, Ali agreed to an interview with Fox. And during the interview, Ali was completely unhinged. "Fuck!" Inaudible. I'm like, "Don't do it, Anna." I'm screaming, "Did you kill her? Do I have to say? Do I have to say?"
As you're driving to the apartment.
Despite his lawyer's counsel and his attempts to hide the true story before, Ali came right out and confessed to the crimes in front of a live audience. "I'm broken, I'm devastated, I lost my wife." Because of the type of crime, Ali Abulaban is facing the death penalty. Throughout his court hearings, he continued to have emotional outbursts, just like in the Fox interview. Ali alternates between deep remorse, accusing his ex-wife of cheating on him, and shouting at the people around him. Clearly, he hasn't accepted reality yet, and it's unclear whether he feels genuine remorse or is just crying for losing his freedom. What's clear, though, is he will die in prison for taking 2 innocent lives and ruining his daughter's life. What do you think about this story? What punishment should Ali get? Leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the next video.